Welcome to the biology class. In this video, we shall start Unit 1, Chapter 1, The Living World. Our Earth has different variety of living organisms. Each one is different from another. Some live on land, others live in water. Some animals are smaller, some others are larger. Nearly 1.5 million species of organisms have been described. It is estimated that 8.5 million species of organisms may live on the earth. This type of variety of organisms is called as biodiversity. It is not possible to study the organisms one by one, but it is possible to study the organisms easily by group them together. In a shop, things are arranged in a particular manner. Toys are arranged in one area, biscuits are arranged in another area, plastic things are arranged in a particular area. This kind of arrangements makes the searching work easy. So arranging the organisms makes the study easier. The variety of organisms can be studied by arranging each kind of animals in an orderly and systematic manner. Here there is a group of organisms. They have lot of differences among themselves, but they have some common characters. Here there is another group. Here the animals have common characters. Here there is another group. They are mammals. Each one is different from another in appearance, but they have some common characters. The common characters allow us to group them together. Different kinds of people followed different methods while grouping the organisms. In ancient times, organisms were grouped in a particular way. In the modern time, organisms are grouped based on different principles. Let us learn the history of classification. Early classification of organisms were based only on two criteria. They are beneficial or harmful animals. Animals were grouped under two categories. Useful animals were grouped under beneficial. Disturbing animals were grouped under harmful animals. In another system of classification, animals were grouped under five categories: domestic animals, wild animals, creeping animals, flying animals, and sea animals. In this type of classification, organisms' external characters were considered. Initially, the classification was based on organisms' fundamental characteristics such as habitat and morphology. What is morphology? External appearance is called as morphology. Morphology and the living phase of an organism was considered while grouping the organism in ancient time. Taxonomy and systematics are related terms. Taxis means arrangement, normus means law. Taxonomy is the science of classification, description, identification, and naming of organisms. A taxonomist identifies a new organism and then he gives a new name to the organism. He also classifies the organism. He groups organism in a particular category. The word taxonomy was coined by Augustine Pyramus de Canton. Aristotle is called as the father of taxonomy. He is called as father of classical taxonomy. For the development of modern taxonomy, the contribution was done by Carolus Linnaeus. So he is the father of modern taxonomy. Carolus Linnaeus is the father of modern taxonomy. Systematics. The term systematics is related to taxonomy. The word systematics is derived from the Latin word systema. The meaning of the Latin word systema means systematic arrangement of organisms. The word systema means systematic arrangement of organisms. In systematics, organisms are identified, described, name is given, and organisms are arranged, organisms are preserved for future study, and organisms are documented. In addition to identifying, describing, naming, arranging, preserving, and documenting the organisms, evolutionary history of species and the environmental adaptations and interrelationship between species are also studied in systematics. In systematics, in addition to identifying, describing, naming, arranging, preserving, and documenting the organism, some more things are studied. What are they? Evolutionary history of the species is studied. You know what is evolution? Formation of complex organisms from simpler organisms. Environmental adaptation is studied. What are adaptations? Every organism has adaptation to live in a particular place. Fishes have adaptation to swim in water. These adaptations are studied. Interrelationship between species are also studied. The relationship between one species and another species is also studied in systematics. Aristotle was the first person to classify all organisms in his History of Animals. The name of the book is Historia Animalium. The Latin name is Historia Animalium. In the book, he classified animals. And he also classified entire organisms into plants and animals. Aristotle classified all the living organisms under two categories. They are plants and animals. He also classified animals based on locomotion. So walking, they are terrestrial organisms, flying, aerial organisms, swimming, aquatic organism. He classified organisms based on locomotion. The type of locomotion was considered. Whether animal is walking or flying or swimming was considered by Aristotle while classifying the organisms. Aristotle also classified the organisms into two groups based on the presence or absence of red blood. He classified the animals with red blood under Enema, and the organisms without blood were grouped under Anema. Aristotle's classification system had limitations. Many organisms were not fitting into his classification. Even the frog was not fitting into his classification. Let us learn the limitations of Aristotle's classification. You know what are tadpoles? Tadpoles are young ones of frogs. Where do they live? The tadpoles live in water. How do they respire? They respire by using gills. Tadpoles have tails. After metamorphosis, the tadpoles develop into adult frogs. Adult frogs breathe with lungs. They can live both in water and on land. Adult frogs have two habitats, but the young ones live in water. This is a limitation in his classification. Keep the frog in a particular category is a difficult one. Let us see another limitation, that is classification of birds, bat and flying insects. He classified organisms based on locomotion. Birds are flying animals, bat are flying animals, most of the insects are flying. Birds, bat and flying insects were grouped together. They were different animals, but they were grouped together. In this classification, he considered single characteristic feature, that is, the flying ability. since he considered the flying ability while grouping the organisms. Unrelated organisms were grouped together. You know, some of the birds cannot fly. Ostrich, emu, and penguin, they cannot fly. So, according to his classification, they cannot be grouped with flying birds. This is also a limitation. With limitations, it was followed for more than 2000 years, up to 1700. After Aristotle, his student Theophrastus continued his research on plants. He is known as father of botany. Theophrastus is known as father of botany. There was a huge gap till 16th century. There was no great development in the field of taxonomy during that time. But in 16th century, John Ray wrote important books for the development of modern taxonomy. Now let us see the contributions of John Ray. He established species, the fundamental unit of taxonomy. He gave the modern definition to the species. Organisms of one species cannot interbreed with another species. So, he established species, the basic unit of classification. In 1682, he published the Methodus Plantarum Nova. In the book, he described 18,000 plant species. This is another contribution of John Ray. John Ray also aimed at publishing a complete system of nature. System of nature includes the classification of plants and animals. His work includes the classification of mammals, reptiles, birds, fishes, and insects. The contributions of Carolus Linnaeus is also important in the development of taxonomy. He is a father of modern taxonomy and founder of modern systematics. He introduced binomial nomenclature. He used a system of naming called as binomial nomenclature in his book. What is binomial nomenclature? Bi means two. It is a system of providing a name with two components. In binomial nomenclature, every scientific name consists of two words. For an example, Homo sapiens is the scientific name of human beings. Homo is the first word, it represents the genus, and sapiens is the second word, it represents a species. We will continue with the history of classifications in the next video also.